Upon returning, the 60 monks who went to the village of Matika went to see the Buddha. The Buddha asked for a report on their progress. The monks reported to the Buddha that they were all in good health and in comfortable circumstances at Matika village. Under the support of Matika Mata, they did not have to worry about lodgings, requisites, or food. They also mentioned that Matika Mata was aware of their thoughts and offered food that they wished for without having to ask for it. A certain monk who was in the assembly became excited and decided that he too would go to Matika village. He asked for a contemplation topic from the Buddha and permission to go there. The monk then set forth for Matika village. He was excited, thinking about meeting a lay supporter who could read minds. Before arriving at the village, he thought to himself, I've traveled so far and am so tired. It would be nice if the residence was already swept and cleaned when I arrived. When he arrived, he found that his residence was swept and clean. Each day, the monk would think of a certain meal he wanted to eat. Each day, the exact thing he wished for was prepared and offered to him. One day, the monk wished to meet Matika Mata. Not long after that, Matika Mata arrived with some refreshments. The monk said, Matika Mata, I've heard that you can read minds. Is this true? Why do you ask these things? Everything I wished for in my mind was offered to me immediately. Deflecting the question, Matika Mata said, There are many monks who can read minds. I'm not asking about other monks. I'm asking about you. If a certain person has the ability to read minds, then they would know the thoughts of others, Venerable Sir. The monk became worried. If I, an ordinary worldly being, were to think impure thoughts, she would know. I can't stay here. The monk then packed up his things and returned to the Jetavana temple. The Buddha asked him, Why have you returned? My lord, Matika Mata can read minds. It is not unusual for a normal person to think good and bad thoughts. I would be embarrassed if she knew all my bad thoughts. Monk, you should stay and practice in that place. My lord, I can't do it. I can't stop my mind from thinking of impure things. Monk, you mustn't try to stop your mind, but rather focus your mind. Contemplate the impure things in your mind to finality. See through the imagination and see the reality of impermanence, suffering, and lack of control. Instead of trying to stop your mind from thinking, teach it how to think properly. The mind is a difficult thing to control. Swiftly and lightly, it moves and lands as it pleases. It is good to control the mind, for a well-controlled mind brings happiness. My lord, I will do as you instruct. Thank you for your compassion. Matika Mata knew why the monk left, and also why he had returned. She brought him proper food that pleased him. The monk practiced hard and focused his mind. Instead of stopping or pushing away impure thoughts when they arose, he used his wisdom to fully explore and contemplate the concepts in those thoughts. When he thought of desires, he would also think of how those desires came to be, the suffering in attaining them, the suffering of maintenance, and the suffering of the separation from what we hold dear. He truly felt the impermanence. He truly felt the suffering. He truly felt the lack of control, the lack of a true self. He truly felt the truth. After all his striving, he attained full enlightenment as an Arahant. The monk thought, Matika Mata was instrumental in my enlightenment. She is truly a valuable supporter for me in this life. Has she been a supporter to me in past lives as well? Using his powers, he saw that in her last 99 lives, Matika Mata was born as his wife. In those lives, she had desires for another man and plotted to kill her husband. She did this consecutively for 99 lives. The monk thought, how unfortunate is it that Matika Mata has created so much bad karma in her past 99 lives. Matika Mata was sitting nearby and read his mind. She wondered to herself, were there only lives where I had killed him? Then she used her powers to look back to 100 lifetimes ago. She saw that in that life, she sacrificed her life for him. She then sent a message through her mind to the monk and asked him to look at that lifetime. The monk then contemplated back to the 100th life. He saw how she had loved him and sacrificed her own life for him. He reflected on the gratitude he felt for her actions in that life. Knowing all of this to be part of a karmic journey, he put it all aside. Not too long after that, the monk entered Nibbana at that very location, never to be reborn in this world again. What did you learn from this story? Let us know in the comments. We hope you enjoyed the video. Click like if you did, and click subscribe if you want to see our uploads. And consider making a donation to support our Buddhist animation project.